Okay, welcome everybody once again to the 2021 Diddy Kong Racing Time Trials Tournament. We are in the lower bracket in this match tonight between MrPonytale and MorKs. Very excited to be watching this. Our brackets this time around have been really exciting. We're going to be starting off the match with a pick from MorKs, who picked Treasure Cave's Plane. MrPonytale went with the Ancient Lake Ban this time around. We'll get our countdown going. And we'll see how this first track goes for our players. Should be pretty exciting. Again, I think we'll get to see in this match one of the most interesting players on the time trial leaderboard these days, MorKs, who has a lot of experience in all three vehicles, but hasn't played a lot of time trials. So generally speaking, he can be a very unpredictable player, in my honest opinion. You'll never know what he's going to pull out of his hat, what he's practiced, what he can do. Meanwhile, MrPonytale, also a very experienced player. Started out with any percent, knows his way around all the vehicles, but is more commonly, I think, known as a car specialist. So, MorKs, it'll be very interesting to see if MorKs picks any car or if he leaves all the car to MrPonytale, who is unfortunately having some rough bonks here. A 48 to open up the match from MorKs. Very respectable time. And also MrPonytale managing that sub 1 minute. It's so easy to go over a minute on this track on a bad run. So we have 2 more attempts left for each player. See what they can pull out. Alright, and we see MrPonytale actually doing Ghostless, which has no effect on Treasure Cave's Plane. Might just be force of habit. It might be thinking about something, biding his time, thinking about picks for later. Yeah, this is not a plain default course, and that is almost always the case. That Ghostless will be slightly faster for default tracks, but not in Treasure Cave's Plane. And rough bonks for both players, missing some zippers, hitting some walls. All to be expected here on Treasure Cave's Plane. This is a really tight, really difficult track. And it's actually gone through quite a bit of evolution over time. Lots of different strategies and different ideas tossed around and optimized and improved from player to player. I believe the world record holder here is Nordic, or Obio. Oh man, Ponytail taking a very interesting dive off the cliff there. That was really weird to look at. Pretty interesting, but his second attempt will not break that sub 1 minute. We're gonna do a backflip just to finish things off nice and clean. Oh, a bio does actually have world record here. It's a 39.05. So just take that into account watching some of these lap times and some of the struggles our players might be seeing here. 39.05. That is insane. Like, MorKs is entering lap 2, and he is past that time now. So pretty insane to see how far this track has come, especially since most of the other times on the leaderboard are not sub 40 or even close to sub 40. In fact, third place is a 42.26, so there's quite a gap for this track in the competitive world record scene. So MorKs finishes his last attempt, I believe, with a 53.20, and the time to beat is a 48.23. That's from MorKs' first attempt, actually. So his first attempt did go the best for him. It was the cleanest. Let's see if Mr. Ponytale can pull out a time better than a 48. I think with these lap times right now, and certainly with that bonk, it's going to be pretty hard for MPT to get the W here, get the point. So with that, this first point is going to be going to MorKs. And that's going to toss the pick over to Mr. Ponytale. Let's see what he goes with. Yeah, so Mr. Ponytail not too happy with his performance here in TC Plane. A bit of a rough start to things. It's definitely worth mentioning he went with the drumstick pick, which I think for someone who might be a little bit less comfortable here with drumstick, it's cool to see him going big or going home with that drumstick pick. Just for such a tight track and for somebody with such slow turns, very poor handling on drumstick, it's rough. Our next track is going to be Fossil Canyon Car. Oh, and MorKs' game just crashed, so cool. I believe he will be getting that fixed up in just a moment here. Loading back into the game. So Fossil Canyon Car, actually a very interesting pick. In my opinion, probably one of the trickiest tracks to pick from. Very inconsistent car track. MorKs having some trouble with his game right now. Hopefully we can get this fixed up. Oh. Interesting. Not sure what problems MorKs is experiencing at the moment, but hopefully his game is okay. Gonna let the Lego Racers music play while we get some stuff figured out. There's the logo. How about this time? Uh-oh. Alright, we're loading the game up. Mork's saying he's a little worried that his N64 might be dying. So, possible incoming Fs in chat for dead N64. Bit of a sag. Alright, Mork's loading in. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, we are finally off on track number 2. Fossil Canyon car. As I was saying earlier, an interesting pick in my opinion. This is a really tough track. It is not easy. Wow, look at this jump from MPT. Holy shit. Wow. Pardon my language. That was sick. So it looks like we had a little bit of trouble in some other areas in the track, but that area takes an exceptional amount of expertise to navigate. It is really hard to get a good look at these jumps. Oh my god. Oh, a little bit of an awkward ending there for MrPonytale, but still a very, very good lap attempt. So we are seeing a car masterclass, or at least we were, from MrPonytale. But yeah, this whole track, it's all about this jump that we're going to see both players having probably a little bit of trouble with. However, we are going to finish up with some pretty close times. 108.93 versus a 109.61. So I know MrPonytale probably isn't going to be terribly happy with that final time. And he can certainly do better as we go forward. Looking at his Fossil Canyon car PB, it is a 58.38. So his PB is actually like 10 seconds faster than that. So he'll definitely be looking for better as we go forward, and he will be using Ghostless to his advantage. And take notice of the difference in approach that these two players take when going towards the cave zipper. It's very subtle, but there is a very well-defined approach that you'll see MrPonytale take that you probably won't see MorKs take. See, like, watch this. Not drifting into it. Not really just, you know, he's probably tapping a certain way as well. It takes a very special finesse to get that zipper laglessly, but if you do, you just send yourself flying through the canyon at like Mach 5. Here we go again. Still a pretty good zipper. Wow, these jumps. Oh, but we're gonna bonk. Really rough on those hills there. Still a great attempt. But you can certainly see the difference between the two players as MorKs attempts the canyon as well. MrPonytale is just carrying an absurd amount of speed into the canyon, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So that was actually a little bit of a laggier zipper for MrPonytale on lap 3. You can see his canyon looked slightly slower, but still a monster of a time with a 102.25. I think that's much more so in the range that he's looking for. But look at these laps. That feeling when, as Tarzan would once say, I think Bando as well, when your first lap is your literal flat, your fastest lap, your flap on lap 1. That goes to show how big of a deal the canyon section is here. Getting a good canyon is everything. I myself, much more comfortable, much happier going for canyonless attempts in RTA runs. But I think there's probably some people in chat who know how that usually goes. Regardless, let's watch these two players' last attempts. Big jump there for MrPonytale. A lagless zipper with a huge jump into the canyon. He's going to get knocked to the side by that hill. Unfortunate approach. And a 21:43 is still an exceptional first lap. There's a 19:45. That's a very good lap time. 107:58. So as far as I know, looking at the leaderboard, that is a PB. A final PB on this track for MorKs tonight. Big jump. Oh, but we're gonna get knocked to the side again by the hill. And a 104.58 to top things off. Yeah, nice PB from MorKs. Can't be too upset with that. So that will be 1-1. This is going to pass the pick over to MorKs for this next track. What shall it be? Oh boy, and we are going to Pirate Lagoon. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game, personally. Very, very fun one. Can be very, very fast, both in time trials and in RTA. But I still think it's a very interesting pick from MorKs. He might just be trying to secure the point for himself. And the reason I say that, he could have used this pick to take away a car track from MrPonytale. Naturally, we have not touched Jungle Falls yet. And I think MorKs definitely could know what he's doing in Jungle Falls. You just never know with MorKs. He's played the vehicle percent categories in RTA quite a bit, so he has played these tracks in these vehicles, but I don't know what it is he prefers, what it is exactly he would consider himself good at. But I think he's got some comfort here in Pirate Lagoon, so this might be a good pick for him to just play what he's good at. Big boost there for Ponytale. That was very, very nice. So again, Ponytale, although he is a masterclass, world record holding car specialist extravaganza, he still has quite a bit of skill in these other vehicles. He's no schlub when it comes to hover and plane. So 104.61 versus a 100.93. He had that bonk in the first lap, I believe. That probably cost him some time, but I think this could still end up being a very close track. See how it turns out. It looks like MorKs has a PB here of a 59, so just under the sub 1 minute mark, compared to MrPonytale with that 102.81. So he definitely has a little bit of an advantage. '21 opener for MorKs. Very satisfying to see. Hey, thank you very much, King Asbo, the one and only Rune, for the resub of 3 months. Very appreciated, my friend. MorKs with a 1950, a sub 20 second lap. Very good time, and he's just gonna miss that sub 1. MrPonytale also getting a 1965 and having that 21 first lap, so he really could pull out a good time here. Ooh, a legless zipper! Look at that! Hell yeah, that's actually very rare to see that on the second zipper of this track. That's hype. Well, this could be it. Wow, is that the time to beat? I think MPT just set the time to beat, the 100.36. That is the new time to beat. MorKs has to beat. Wow, this is actually crazy close. So MorKs had a 100.50. MrPonytale has a 100.36. We are only 0.14 off. Also getting a one lap personal best, not a world record, of 1876, beating his time. There's a legless zipper for MorKs. Yeah, huge PB. It's at over 2-second PB, almost 3-second PB on this track. So he's sitting quite pretty. 1871 for MorKs. He's getting that awkward fling that's going to mess him up a little bit, but it shouldn't lose him too much time on his last lap here. He needs this sub 1 for the win, or at least a slightly better 1 minute. It's looking like he can do it. And he's just barely going to miss it by only a half of a second or so. 1:00.80. So, it does not matter how this last attempt goes for MrPonytale. He has the time to beat. He has the best time. That point goes to him. So MorKs might be a little disappointed with the outcome of this pick. I think he's looking to win the non-car tracks. So we'll have to see how he feels about this pick and feels about his gameplay afterwards. I do want to say though, Mr. MorKs, MorKs having 3 almost identical runs. His first was a 1:00.93, a 1:00.50, and then a 1:00.80. So really, really consistent gameplay from him. MrPonytale just popping off a bit here with almost another PB. Very, very good gameplay from both players. Looking really good. Huge clutch PB. Let's see what MorKs goes with next. So far we have played 1 car, 1 hover, and 1 plane. I do not know what we're going to be playing next. Ooh, here's the counter pick I was waiting for. Jungle Falls Plane. I was hoping we'd see this pick. I think this is a great pick for MorKs. He is going to have to know how to play this track from his time playing this in plane percent. So I think he's got a good grasp on what's going on in Jungle Falls Plane. Let's go, let's go. Both players also, they're both playing his drumstick here, which is really cool to see. I might have expected MorKs to go with the TT pick, maybe for comfort, but drumstick can definitely make this track a lot harder than it looks. So far, pretty clean attempts, generally speaking, for both players. Beautiful barrel roll and dive into that zipper for MrPonytale. 16:45 second lap, but a 16:26 for MrPonytale. I wonder who is going to take attempt number 1 here. The double barrel roll. Hit that ground zipper. MrPonytale misses it though, and that's probably going to hand this to MorKs. And it looks like that is the case. 50.86 versus a 54.36. However, MrPonytale not too far off on the 1 lap here, so I think it's definitely doable for him to get a better time. Going on to attempt number 2 for MorKs here. He's only got 1 banana. He might be feeling a little unfortunate about those circumstances. But let's see. My name's Bagak. MrPonytale on his second attempt starting out here. We had an 18:51 opener followed by a 16:36. Ooh, going for that second barrel roll in the tunnel from MorKs. A little bit sketchy. But it looks like his second time is going to end up very similar to his first, slightly slower. by about 0.2. Ooh, awkward wall nudge. But he still gets the zipper, so he's going to be able to pick up speed again and keep on going. Just barrel rolling into the ground over and over again. Love to feel the dirt on our toes, or on our talons in this case. Barrel roll, the dive. Ooh, gonna miss that rock, hell yeah. And it looks like we are going to improve that time by a little bit here. Still have one attempt left, but he does get a 15.76, which I think is the fastest lap between both these players here. A 15.45 from MorKs. That's a hell of a time. Very good. All right, finishing up, he gets that sub 50 with a 49.61. So Mr. Ponytale is going to need to PB once again by about 3 full seconds here. 2.5. Starting off a little bit bumpy, but he is going to get the bananas that he needs to get all that speed. Keep things going fast. Missing that ground zipper is going to hurt a lot. Oof, and the tree bonk. So as of right now, it's looking like likely not going to happen for Mr. Ponytale. The W here, that is. And we're going to go upstairs. Hell yeah. We are on an adventure in the sky. We're super high up against the ceiling. We're all having a good time. Still in 1961. We're going upstairs again. We are, and we're gonna barrel roll into it like a Chad. Lord knows. Going for the 1-lap attempt here. All right. Good stuff. Finishing up with a 102 as the last time. That is going to be a 0.2 MorKs, which is going to tie us back up at 2-2. So, tunnels? What will be the next pick? Mr. Ponytail lamenting in our Discord chat about not knowing how Jungle Falls plane works. Can't blame the guy. It is like the most awkward plane track. Honestly, it's a little bit worse than Treasure Caves. So we're playing the really tight, tough drumstick plane tracks this time around. Mr. Ponytail going to seize control of the hover picks with an Everfrost Peak hover. See how this pole works out for him here. I think it's a great pick, especially if he feels confident on this track, if he understands the terrain. This could be a very, very comfy pick for him. That said, I believe MorKs has the world record in the RTA balloon race version of this track, so he is also going to have quite a bit of understanding in terms of what's going on. Let's see how our players perform. Oh no, but MorKs is in the wrong character. We will not be able to sync up because of that. He just realized he's wrong character. So he's going to switch to TT. Totally acceptable. If you've picked the wrong vehicle, you've picked the wrong character, you can go ahead and back out, make sure you're playing the right stuff. While that is allowed, we do not allow you to change cartridges mid-race. Ooh, huge jump there from MorKs. Big one for Mr. Ponytail as well. The Ponytail opened with a 28.33. MorKs is going to get a slightly better time with that 27.01, almost a 27 blank. Awkward top of the hill, Mr. Ponytail. But it looks like he'll finish up with a very respectable 26.16. Wow, beautiful jump from MorKs. Looks like we got a little bit unlucky. over on Mr. Ponytail's side. 25-23. That is a good lap. So again, like I said earlier, MorKs definitely knows what he's doing here. Finishing up a mid 120 for Mr. Ponytail. He did hit that 25 lap though, so it is clear that Mr. Ponytail also has a good grip on how hover works on this track. However, MorKs setting a time of 1:16.98. That is a steep call for Mr. Ponytail to beat. That is not going to be easy. That said, Mr. Ponytail did PB. He improved his 28th place. He got a 120, mid 120. So again, playing some hover, we got a second improvement. Very, very nice. Huge jump to start things off for Mr. Ponytail. Maybe a few awkward bonks here or there, but that's all right. Slightly slower first lap for MorKs on his second attempt. 27.93 is about a second. Missing the zipper at the top of the hill. That is a very difficult zipper to go for, but I admire him for going for it, because if you do get it, it can be slightly faster, I think. My personal preference is to go to the right, like MorKs just did. Did not hit that zipper straight on, fortunately. 25.03. I think that's the best lap so far. Ooh, and this time Mr. Ponytail did go to the right. See how this lap ends up for him. 26.50, still pretty good. .117, I think. Yep, 117 for MorKs. Not going to improve his last time. Big jump. Very good looking. Ooh, but an unfortunate side bonk for Mr. Ponytail on lap 3. However, we are going to get almost the double PB. Almost. 120.58. 25.81 is a very good last lap. MorKs looking pretty good on his last attempt here. This is a very good 26.88 opener. That is his fastest first lap so far. Huge start for Mr. Ponytail on attempt number 3. Ooh, I got a little bit of a jump on MorKs' side there. Still gonna get a 25.08, a very good lap. This is shaping up to be a great attempt from MorKs. Let's see if he can pull out that 24 lap to shock and awe the audience. Huge jump, look at the size of that. A little bit of a jump on the hill there, it's good. What's it gonna be? A mid 116. All right, yeah, he did get that 24.58. Very good. He didn't get a one-lap PB, but that's still a very good time. So that will secure MorKs the victory with a best time of 1:16.55. Oh dang, I totally missed Mr. Ponytail. 24.88. That is a hell of a lap. Very, very good. Unfortunately, that 31st lap is going to be a little bit rough for him. We get that quadruple Fs for Mr. Ponytail in the Discord chat. Clearly a little bit miffed with messing up that attempt by a bit. But still, all around good attempts from both players. Very good gameplay. I think Mr. Ponytail might be a little bit annoyed with losing that point since it was his own pick. However, he did wrench control away from the hover picks a little bit, which I think was a good move, kind of forcing MorKs into a position. Even though it didn't pan out, it's still very good. That is a one-lap PB for Mr. Ponytail as well. So Improving every day in Diddy Kong Racing. There's always places to improve in this game. Let's see what our next pick is going to be. Hot Top Volcano Plane. Okay. So wrenching away control of these other picks from MorKs, in my opinion, a great strategy. If you're more comfortable on these tracks, it's good for you to pick them and try to steal away those plane and hover points, because I think generally speaking, MrPonytale is going to have those car points all to himself. So why not try to steal some of the other points? I think that's a great strategy. Alright, countdown is out for Hot Top Volcano Plane. Let us see. Alright, I just played this myself. This is a deceptively tricky track. It's very easy to watch people play this and think it doesn't really even look that hard, but the angles here in the tunnel, just not nearly as easy as you wish that they were. Very, very difficult to get a good time here. But both players shaping up pretty good on their first lap. 22:35 versus 23:50. How will these consecutive laps shape up? $18.61 is a very strong lap from MrPonytale. 21:36 and a headfirst bonk going into the next lap. Probably not what MorKs was hoping for. However, a headfirst bonk from MrPonytale as well might line these two players back up. It does look like Ponytail is going to finish strong. 105 versus MrPonytale's 108. Well, hello, Banana Boat Kit. Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you here. As I mentioned before, Asbo, I think this is a good pick from MrPonytale. I think picking the plane and hover tracks that he feels more confident in is a much better strategy than letting MorKs pick those and just trying to secure your car wins, since I think MrPonytale is going to have a much easier time getting those car wins, even if they're car tracks he might not prefer, just because of his car expertise. That is true. This is plain. And I agree, Banana Boat Kid. Yeah, DKR is pretty sick. See, but MrPonytale's pretty good at plane. Oh, missing that zipper there. A little unfortunate. MorKs at a 26.85 opener for attempt number 2 versus a 24.10 opener. So that's looking a little bit better. Ooh, the head first bonk into the stalagmite. No one wants to see it. Yeah, so this could be a free plane point for MrPonytale, which is actually a sick play. And I did not update our scoreboard, but MorKs is sitting pretty at 3 points right now. MrPonytale only at 2. MorKs. Ooh, the MPT backflip. Love to see it. Just the drip on Hot Top Volcano Plane. Just the swagger. Just looking great. Bio, don't watch. This gameplay is not for sensitive eyes. Gameplay's not for car mains either, Asbo. 2465 opener. A little bit better than his last attempt. Let's see what he can do. $19.90. This could shape up good. The time to beat right now is a 104.48. So if this last lap is good, this could take it. Oh, he's just gonna miss it though. Very, very close. 105.05. Still the best time that MorKs is able to put down for this pick, which means MrPonytale won a plane pick. He got to decide this for himself, which I think is a very, very good strategy in this tournament. Getting to pick your your weak spots for players that are so kingly in one vehicle like car or hover. Getting to make the choice about these other tracks that maybe they aren't looking forward to as much. That's a power play, if you ask me. 102.70 takes it. Super, super nice time. We are right away going to make our next pick from MorKs, which is going to be Dark Moon Caverns Car. Obio quite happy with that pick. I guess he likes this track. He's feeling confident here. And honestly, I don't know if I have seen MrPonytale play a whole lot Dark Moon Caverns Car. So this could wind up being very, very good for MorKs. MrPonytale might have stolen a plane point for himself. But MorKs might be able to steal. A car point, which I think MrPonytale did say his goal overall was to not lose a single point in car. So we'll see what MorKs can do here. Kicking things off, both players looking pretty good here. So far, so good. Looks like MrPonytale definitely knows what he's doing with these Lego zippers. He is going to get the patented wall bonk going into this tunnel, though. It happens to me every single damn time. I don't want to talk about it. Not getting shot by the laser, that's what we're talking about. See, MrPonytale taking that a lot more sharply than MorKs is. That is really kind of risky to do. Getting shot there is going to lose you bananas, and it's going to lose you like 4 seconds of time, so it's tough. There's the shot. That's what we were talking about. That is going to tie these players up very slightly. Ooh, the head first bonk for MrPonytale is going to give MorKs the lead here. Still, taking the big 270-degree turn or whatever. Taking that very, very sharp, which is hard to do safely. That's saving time over MorKs here. 32.48 versus a 34.66. Those bonks are going to cost MrPonytale dearly. That said, we are going into... Oh, never mind. A very frustrating and unsuccessful third lap with the craters playing a hilarious practical joke on MrPonytale. Can't help but be disappointed by that. Just driving right through the laser here. The man of steel, just made of iron. Driving right on through there. No shield, no nothing. He's just completely invulnerable to bullets. Just a champion. Champion of men. A 141.68 versus a 146.10. MrPonytale is definitely going to be looking for better timing here. But can he do it? I don't know. Can he? You guys tell me. No ghosts allowed for MrPonytale on Dark Moon Caverns. Can't blame him. Some disgusting bonks for MorKs. That is not what you'd like to see, but that is what can happen if you take the big turn too close. Crater bonk right away, right off the bat for MrPonytale. It's not what you like seeing. DC bonk, so Bio is Craigasming. He's just super horny for these bonks, for the failure of other players. Can't blame the guy. I mean, he likes this track a lot. Yeah, this is the real Darkmoon Caverns experience, just bonking all the time. And not quite understanding why. 34.61 first lap, missing out on his 10th banana, unfortunately, and having an awkward time hitting that zipper. That's actually a really vital zipper, because it lets you take all your speed into the following canyon with all the craters. Not getting that, you're going to be a little unfortunate. Big fast loop time. Spend like half your lap time in the frickin' loops on this track. It's super cool, or whatever. 31.68 second lap. A very good lap, I think. Oh, unfortunate bonk. What happens to me like pretty much every frickin' time on this track is I hit that little wall. Super frustrating, very, very annoying. Hard to get over that. 145.21 for our second attempt from MorKs. And it looks like MrPonytale is going to beat that here. Could it be the legendary 139, never before seen, 139.55. Only here on this channel will you see times like this. Absolutely incredible. So MorKs is going to have to pop out a hell of a time here in order to take down MrPonytale's car mastery, his car experience, just that rock hard car knowledge. Can't be bopped by anybody else. MrPonytale does have 8th place here with a 134.43, so the time to beat so far with that 139.55 is actually about 4 seconds slower than MrPonytale's PB. 5 seconds slower, that is. So big bonkaroni for MrPonytale. But yeah, this is gonna be tough. I think MrPonytale could certainly pull out a better time in his last attempt here, but we're not sure yet. See how it goes. $33.10. So if we can pull out a 31, I think this is doable here, but we have yet to see MorKs pull a 31. I don't know if he can do it yet. Yeah, that sounds like Obaya. This is looking like a good lap. I don't know if it's going to be a 31, but it's possible that this could 139 or 140. It's going to be really close, though. I think he's going to be just shy by about a second. Yeah, there goes the 139. But he is going to pull off that mid 140, 140.70. So still a good time for MorKs. Just a little bit off of what he was hoping for, I think. 34.71 followed by a 33.73 by MrPonytale. He'll pull off a nice fat lap to close things out here. I think he'll be pretty happy with his final time. Taking this super, super sharp, just driving through lasers. Again, the man of steel. We all know him, you all love him, MrPonytale. He actually just kind of helicopters his ponytail around in the air and it deflects the bullets. Very impressive. There's a 141 to finish things off. So that 139 did just barely win MrPonytale his 4th point of the match. That's going to toss the pick over to MorKs. All of our plane is dead. We still have 1 hover and 1 car to go. And we're going to Boulder Canyon. Great pick. Absolutely awesome pick, I think. Big fan of this track. It's pretty tricky in time trials, to be fair. Consistency here is key. You need consistent laps in order to get good times. Let's see who can pull out some consistent laps. We are off. Let's see how this first attempt goes for these players. Driving over this log part, or this dirt part that always slows you down. It's super annoying. .25 second lap and a 25.61 second lap. These players are pretty close in skill here. Yeah, I died, sorry. I mean, you're dead now. Yep, another PB for MrPonytale. We've seen that Chad gameplay come out. Big old 3-lap PB by about a second and a half. MorKs pulls out a sub 120 at 119.86. So I think MrPonytale is going to have to whip up some magic here and get another 2-second PB in order to earn that best time. Attempt number 2 from MorKs here, bunking into the wall and getting this semi-legless zipper going up the hill here with 6 bananas. Bananas are also really key here. If you have an awkward angle and you miss a couple of these bananas, you're going to lose actually quite a bit of time. It can be a little frustrating. 29.06, only 0.06 slower than his last attempt on that first lap. Huge legless boost up into the dungeon for both players. Looking good. Gonna be able to get all the bananas that we need. He's gonna have to grab these 2 and 2 more on the right here. 29.55, better than his first attempt. Gonna have to pick up the pace if he's gonna beat that 119. Especially with MorKs getting a 25.18 second lap. That's a great time. Very good zipper for MrPonytale there. That was very pretty. .120.18 on attempt number 2 for MorKs. And the sub 120 is possible for MrPonytale here. All he needs is one last good lap. Yeah, another PB. Oh, but we're gonna get some zipper lag going into the dungeon here. I think that's gonna kill this last 25-second lap attempt. He's still gonna get another 3-lap PB. Oh, but we're hitting logs towards the end, and I don't think that's gonna be it. I don't think that's a PB. Dang. So rough ending for MrPonytale on attempt number 2, but he's still got one more try. MorKs having that good old-fashioned head-first bonk into the wall. Not at all what he was hoping for. Yeah, log being a huge bully. The logs are always big-time bullies here. You don't like to see it. Gonna get rid of that ghost for comfort's sake. Honestly, it's a very good reset in between attempts to rest your hands. Hover is murder on the thumb. Very sad thumb time. Very unfortunate discomfort for the thumb gamers. Attempt number 3 is going to be closing out soon for MorKs here. We're starting at number 3, lap 1 for MrPonytale. Really slow time here for MorKs on his last attempt. Thumb is probably killing him. 124.26. Having some unfortunate last laps. finish out Boulder Canyon. But this is looking like a pretty comfy first lap. 30:36 is slower than he's looking for. But let's say he pulls out like 2:24 laps, you know, you never know. This could be a huge 119. He could just Chad all over this Chad over this leaderboard. And unfortunately we'll miss that zipper. And I think that's actually going to be the end of his hopes to get the point here. But this will tie us up once again. This will put us at 4-4 if Mr. Ponytale can't whip up some magic in his last lap and get a flap world record to steal the point. In a wide turn, I think we're just having a good time. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Shortcut, disqualified. Oh, we're going for the zipper. Oh, that was sick. Oh, we're going right tunnel. Sacrilege. Absolutely unforeseen consequences going right tunnel here. That is just nuts. Log day. It's time for logs. Logs everywhere. Oh, we're going to do the old awkward finish. Unfortunate laggy zipper on lap 3. Yep. But that will be a 4th point for MorKs. We're tied up again. We're going into our 9th track. These are long matches today. Mr. Ponytail says, last log is not poggers. One car. Yeah, one car only is left. So Mr. Ponytail is sitting pretty here. He's going for the Chad pick. Oh my god. We're going Space Dust Alley car. I don't know how much of this he has played either. I follow a lot of MPT's gameplay on the other tracks, but I have not seen how well he does here. So this will be interesting. Always a fun track for our gamers here on DKR64 Races. Space Dust Alley car. This is such a miserable track sometimes. It is so frustrating to try to pull out a PB here or even pull out consistently good times. I like the WTF initials from MorKs. We got our countdown out. We're just waiting to start Space Dust Alley car. Start one of the most miserable tracks in the game. I don't mean that. It's a good track. Just gotta trash talk this. Yeah, penultimate zipper on this track is super difficult, so we'll see if there are players go for it. It's hard, but oof. An oof bonk. Oh, we're going for it, and we're bonking. Dang. Such an alpha move. Hell yeah, brother. Missing the zipper. Oh, but MorKs also having the time of his life on the wall here. Oof. Ooh, we got big jumps here. Oh, look at this jump. Holy shit. This track is such a mess. Oh my god. What's even going on? Bonk at the top of the hill for Mr. Ponytail. Definitely a Sag moment. There isn't the zipper on the bridge. What's happening this attempt? It's falling apart, dude. Just melting. Is seeing beauty. The meatball absolutely destroying MorKs. Oh no. The slaughter, bro. It's so awful. We're like neck and neck going into the 3rd lap. We got the bonk. Oh, what is happening? This is crazy, dude. Oh my god, Mr. Ponytail, he's got the methods and the madness. Oh no, we're falling off the bridge. It's a tragedy, folks. Oh, but MorKs bonking into the wall as well, giving the chance to tie it up again. What's gonna happen? Oh my god. Mr. Ponytail's pulling ahead. He's got the top speed. He's got the 11 bananas, and he is gonna take it. He's gonna take it and run with the 1:45.71. Chaos here on DKR64 Races as the most wild first attempt at Space Dust Alley car occurs. This is absolute chaos. Unforeseen consequences of choosing such a volatile track. Getting rid of that ghost again, even though it does not exist, technically speaking. See if MorKs can have a better second attempt. Yeah, you need ghostless here for sure. You gotta get those legless zippers. He's been doing that the whole match. I don't know if he knows, but he does ghostless for every single track. I'm having a blast. I love watching this track. I don't like playing this track. I love watching it. 3381 opener. But we're going to bonk into the tree just to start things off here. Our vengeance has not been taken yet by Space Dust. There's another headfirst bonk into the side of the tunnel entrance. Very unfortunate. Alright, can we get the huge jump? 3301, slightly better. Almost hitting that tree just like MorKs did. Oh, we got big jump going down the tunnel. Just gorgeous to see. Going in between the trees, getting this huge jump up onto the bridge. Beautiful, beautiful lap so far for MrPonytale. Not going for the penultimate zipper. Not very alpha of MrPonytale. Not what you want to see. 28.46. What a fat, tasty lap. Unfortunately, we are going to miss the big Chad move going for the huge jump here on the last lap, but it's still shaping up to be a decent one for MrPonytale. The head first bonk into the tunnel entrance, an absolute tragedy for this attempt. Not what you want to see. Ooh, almost clipping the bridge. That was actually really scary. MorKs finishing up attempt number 2, 145.21. About a second better than his first attempt, which was 146.31. But we are getting the time to beat of 136.03. That 28.46 is, that's honestly a pretty sexy lap. I would be very happy if I had achieved that for myself in the tournament. Excuse me. So I have no idea what's going to happen after this. I think MrPonytale is sitting pretty comfortably at that 136. It's going to be pretty tough for MorKs to bop that unless he just plays like an uber hyper Chad for his last attempt. And unfortunately bonking into like the smallest part of that tree trunk, the big rock pillar, whatever you want to call it, in the tunnel. Having a really interesting time entering the alley section of Space Dust Alley. No idea what just happened to him there. That was weird. Ooh, big jumpy. There we go. MrPonytale shaping up very nicely on lap 1 of Space Dust Alley car, attempt number 3. Dude, we're bobbing and weaving. We're weaving and bobbing. Getting around all these rock trees in the tunnel. 31.26 opener. Just a beefcake of a time. Oh, huge jump down the tunnel. Don't bump into the wall. Oh, we're good. MorKs is in around the same section, but he's on the last lap of his attempt. Oh, we're bonking to the side of the wall for MrPonytale. It looks like Mr. MorKs could finish up with a sub 140 here, but he's got to close out the end of this a little bit faster than he is. It might be a 140 flat or a 141. Yeah, 141. 33.05. We get a big jump. Not really. MrPonytale rounding his third lap, leaving this hellscape of a track, ready to move on to greener and more beautiful pastures. Things are wrapping up. With bonks. Wrapping up with some bonks. The Chad zipper sends him flying into the wall, absolutely punishing. Looks like Asbo trying to sabotage MrPonytale's attempts here. We're going to back over the finish line. This is a symbolic gesture of dislike for the track. It's just pure disrespect. Really a Chad move. I agree. SDA is way better than DC. All right, we are headed back to Plane with Windmill Plains Plane. So we're playing more drumstick. Nothing but drumstick tonight, guys. Nothing but the cock. The one and only, the chicken. You know him. You love him. Can broadcaster ban Aspo? Nah. Nah, I can't ban people for telling the truth, man. Sorry. Alright, we're just waiting to get things started here. Okay. Here we go. Windmill Plains Plain. This has been so interesting. Bio mad at me for telling the truth. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, we do have to update points. Thank you for the reminder. So far, Mr. Ponytail, it's 5-4. Mr. Ponytail's lead. Yep, and track. I'm having too much fun commentating. Too much fun running my mouth over other people's gameplay. So, Windmill Plains Plain, this track has been played so much this tournament, and I feel like that's super weird. Like, I did not expect this at all, but it's been a very common pick. We keep seeing this pop up. Oh, and actually, I didn't notice Mr. Ponytail going with TT. Okay, okay. Might be a little bit more of a comfortable pick for him. Drumstick definitely faster here since there's so much space to barrel roll and whatnot. 41.81 to open this for MorKs, so Mr. Ponytail is actually shaping better. I know, that's what I'm saying, Opie. Why is this showing up so much? Oh my god, the evil tree and the evil windmill just devouring our player speed. The big bonks all over the place. Why people like Plain? Hey man, Plain's good, it's just that it's hard. You'd get better at it if you just played it, Espo. I'm sorry. Alright, Mr. Ponytail going on to this third lap. He is still ahead by quite a bit over MorKs. Let's see if something really bad might happen to him here, or if he gets away with another good lap. The windmill just devouring MorKs in the chicken plane. No one wants to see that. It's a really sad sight to see, and fortunately that'll happen sometimes to these players when they're going through the windmill. And honestly, that's what you get when you pick this track. You're signing up for windmill pains. So far, time to beat is Mr. Ponytale. 143.65. Can he be stopped? MorKs just narrowly avoiding a really hefty bonk. That was very scary for a second there. Most awkward combination of zippers in the game. Ooh, good barrel roll into the pond zipper though. Head first bonk from Mr. Ponytail. Not what we'd like to see. Ooh, MorKs having kind of an awkward tunnel, but he's going to come out looking okay. Got a weird angle. No, Mr. Ponytail getting a beautiful double zipper. Almost the triple, almost connecting it, and then it just dies. Very unfortunate for him. Big sad time. How will attempt number 2 shape up? Looks like MorKs is the one with the slightly better time. Oh no! The head first bonk. You just hate to see it, man. 37.11, 34.78. This could shape up to be better than the 143.65 if he just chads out one last lap here. Just beasts it. Going for this safe double, I think that's not... I really think that's a pretty good idea. Into that double barrel roll, that is very fast. Super awkward final zipper you gotta turn to the right into. And we will finish out. Will it be enough? 142.80 as he crosses. As he crosses with a 142.93. That is enough to be the time to beat. So on the third attempt here, I'm pretty sure. Yep, yeah. Mr. Ponytail's gonna have to try to beat this again.
which he can clearly do. A 40 first lap with two 31s. This is definitely possible for Mr. Ponytail to take the point here. All he's got to do is have a better first lap for himself and avoid that headfirst bonk into the tree. Oh, almost the triple for MorKs. He's going to barrel roll and end up missing that zipper. Quite unfortunate for himself. $34.45. That is much more so the time that we were looking for in that first lap. Very nice tunnel entrance there for MorKs. Two beautiful barrel rolls. Oh no, Mr. Ponytail getting stuck to the ground a little bit. I don't think that's going to kill his attempt just yet. I don't know if MorKs is. I think he knows that you're not supposed to hold A when barrel rolling. But he might be doing it. 28.88. Very good lap. That's what we like to see. This is going to be a very secure final time for MorKs, I think. Yeah, it looks like he might be. He might just be trying to keep control and slow down a little bit. I actually press A lot in the middle of barrel rolls in plane. It might also just be that he's not playing with teeny weenies, so the barrel roll might visibly look a little bit less huge. A double 28 to finish with a 132.13. That is what we like to see. Double one lap PB, I assume. I mean, wow. Oh my god, but guess what? We see another sub 30 from Mr. Ponytail. Huge time. I think his first lap is going to eat his last attempt up, unfortunately, and he's not going to be able to pull out the point here. But that will tie us up once again, giving that point to MorKs, it looks like. Yeah, we're just crossing 132 now. And it looks like Ponytail will finish with a 138. There's still a lot of improvement. That's actually a PB. So congrats to Mr. Ponytail. So MorKs working his way back up, taking the 10th point of the match. Could this be our first 13-track long match? I have no idea. We're going to have to find out with Mr. Ponytail's next pick. So I'm expecting Mr. Ponytail to go pretty much all car with his next few picks. Yep, there it is. Frosty Village Car. Y'all all know it. Y'all all love it. It's Frosty Village Car. It's the best track ever seen by man's eye. That might be an overstatement. But I love it. It's a really fun track. Very fast-paced, especially when you get to play with Ghostless. There's so little lag. It is definitely one of the best versions of the track. Seeing as pretty much any other edition of it with Ghost or RTA is Lag City. Alright, things are kicking off here. Alright, let's get underway. Get us synced up slightly here so we can have a decent comparison. We're going to see some car chadness. Never mind. We're going to see some car bonkness from both our players. I'm excited to see what MPT wants to go for here. Not going for Salt Gear, so I think he might be looking for some consistency in his attempts. I do expect if he's feeling comfy with the attempts that he's able to put down on number 1 and number 2. We're going to clip inside that wall quick. That's actually a really sick glitch you can do here. It's not, I'm kidding. That was really weird. I've seen that happen before, but I've never seen the car like literally clip into the wall like that. That was really trippy. Ooh, MorKs having some trouble. Mr. Ponytail not having some trouble. Catching back up to MorKs here. Getting that beautiful lagless penultimate zipper. It's one of my favorite zippers in the whole game. So satisfying to fly around the pond like that. Both of us flying down the hill here on the end of our first attempt to bonk into the wall is going to let MorKs catch back up. We are dead even once again on this car track. Both taking the zipper.
MrPonytale knows how to work that incline, though. He knows how to work the hill and get that extra boost from it. And he's going to finish up with a 115. 115.80. MorKs is going swimming. We're going into the drink. 118.61. He's not too far behind, though. He definitely could still come back here and make up some time and get a fat PB. So can he do it? MorKs getting the big jump, but he's not going to be able to traject himself towards the zipper. Quite unfortunate. $26.71 opener. Alright, attempt number 2, and we're playing with ghosts, baby! Let's go! I don't think that's intentional, seeing as he's been trying to play without ghosts the entire time. He might have just forgotten and doesn't want to reset his attempt, or is not allowed to. I mean, he did start an attempt, so I'm not really sure what the ruling is there. But hey, attempt number 2, 22.96 opener. That's sexy. That's hot. I'm turned on. MorKs also having a 23.36, 23.66 second lap. This could be a very good attempt for him. Going into the 113 territory, just making it. 21.71 for the second lap. I think, although we did just set the best to beat at 112.85, I believe it was. This third lap from MrPonytale is almost definitely going to take that best time to beat here and set it towards a beautiful 105, low 105. 105.08, that's a very strong time. Are we going to see Saltkir with such a comfy time? I don't know. It's all up to MrPonytale now. $24.96 on attempt number 3 for MorKs. This is hard. I mean, already with that 105, already MorKs needs to pull like 2 low 20s to beat that 105 now. And I can tell you just by watching the lap, it's probably not going to happen. So this is a really secure win for MrPonytale, I think. Yeah, 23.36, still a perfectly fine lap for him. But it's not going to be enough to get him that 105. He needs to beat MrPonytale's time. There it is. Oh, we're going to get flung to the side by the stupid wall. Dang. Did MorKs go for it as well? I missed that. I think MorKs went for it as well. We're swimming though. Oh no. We're swimming. Oh well. 113.36. Still good time. Oh my god, we're going for the task strat. Oh, what a champion of men. What a Chad of Chad. 25.08. Can we see a sub 20 final lap? Missing that zipper is going to make it really hard, but it might still be possible. Head first bonk into the tree trunk is not going to give us a sub 20 last lap, but we will finish things up. Maybe go for a swim. Nope, we will cross the finish line with honor and integrity. 105.08 is the winning time, putting MrPonytale at 6 points. That is game point. MorKs' next pick matters a lot. It's going to decide how successful he is going into our final tracks. Only 2 possible tracks left. Could be one if MrPonytale can take the win. This is going to be a very, very sticky situation for MorKs, however, because he has to win the next 2 tracks. And if he wins the next one, it's going to pass the pick over to MrPonytale. And there's still loads of car to play. Go to Crescent Island Hover.
a good pick, I think. Go back to something he might be a little bit more comfortable with outside of car and plane. All right, so if MorKs can pull out a W here, we are going to have our very first 13 track game, 13 rounds in one match. Honestly, Crescent Island Hover is another one that has been getting picked like a lot, and I don't know why. Honestly, it's kind of a sludge track. Like it's a slog for me personally. MorKs is actually gonna miss that zipper. That's gonna tie them up here a little bit. Head first bonk. MrPonytale takes a very slight lead by about 1/10 of a second, it looks like. But we're both passing the ship at the same time. This is very close. Bonks everywhere. Stupid pillars everywhere. One of the best songs from Mario Party 1 coming on all of a sudden. Let's fucking go. Big zipper. 2490 is a very good lap. Almost, it's about a half a second off of his 1-lap PB. Head first bonk there in the wall. Not at all what he's hoping for. We are damn near tied up. And it looks like MrPonytale is going to take the first attempt. Oh my god. So close. Oh wow. So close. Really awkward ending to his last lap that made that so much closer than it should have been. But here we are. Crescent Island Hover. See what attempt number 2 looks like for MorKs. Getting rid of the ghosts, even though we don't need to. .28.33 opener. I think he might be looking for faster in a first lap there, but I'm not entirely sure. .24.56 second lap. Oh, we're getting caught up on the pillar. Dang. 32.68. .117. Does that beat the time to beat? I think it does. Yeah. Time to beat is 1:17.13 by MorKs. It looks like the second attempt from MrPonytale is not going to be able to match that. So he's going to have one more attempt to see if he can close out this match. Again, naturally, being a car specialist, I don't know if Hover and Crescent Island is really his comfort zone. I think, you know, this was still a very good pick for MorKs. If MorKs takes the win here, that passes the pick over to MrPonytale. And he definitely could have gone with Crescent Island car and taken it without any issue. But he's taken that away, and although there's still some really strong tracks left for MrPonytale, Crescent Island at the very least is out the window. So as far as car goes for MrPonytale, he's got Walrus Cove, Samoa Valley, Greenwood Village, Star City, Spaceport Alpha, and Haunted Woods. And I expect we'll see a Haunted Woods pick. But you never know. I think MorKs actually beat Asbo in Haunted Woods, which was a little bit unexpected. Because Asbo is a car specialist as well, but you never know. Haunted Woods might not go MrPonytale's way if he decides to go with that track, and we'll see what that last pick ends up like. MorKs just having a grand old time at the beach.
Giving up on this last attempt. Can't talk anymore. I've been talking so much. 28.93 opener. Going for a big wide old turn. Finish out attempt number 3 for MorKs. So this is attempt number 3 for MrPonytale. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull out something better than 117 here. It's going to be hard. 24.88. Very close to the 1 lap PB for MrPonytale, so he is still playing out of his mind. Could this be it? Oh, I don't think it is. Oh. A very close finish. If that last lap was just a little bit faster, the first lap was just a little faster too, I think that could have been it. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first in the tournament 13-game match. We haven't had this happen yet. Nobody has made it to 13 matches, but the winner of this next track will win the match. The winner of this next track will be going on to the finals against Asbo. And the pick is going to be GV Car. I think that's a really good pick from MrPonytale. You know, he really had... The world was his oyster going into car picks for the final track. But, sure enough. We went with Greenwood Village instead of something like Haunted Woods, where he is one of the undisputed masters of the track. Greenwood Village is really hard to go fast on. It's a very bonk-heavy track. A lot of mistakes that can happen here. But let's see how it shapes up. You never know. MorKs might pull something out of his ass and wave it around in the air for everyone to see, and we'll have a crazy upset on our hands. But I think this is a very strong pick for MrPonytale. As if it were fate, we are already synced up going into the final track. A 105.20 is the PB for MrPonytale. Good S-bend from MorKs, a bonk from MrPonytale. 24.75 opener versus the 26.90. Things are looking pretty good so far for MorKs. Oh, really tight turn for MrPonytale. He did go a little bit farther to the left than he probably would have liked, but it was still very good. Here comes this S-bend again. MorKs has a bonk, and MrPonytale doesn't. He also catches up and takes over MorKs as MorKs misses one of that last zippers. 21 second lap, 3 seconds faster than MorKs' second lap. This is shaping it to be like 108, 109 territory for MrPonytale. A very strong time, and a time that is actually going to demand of MorKs that he PBs, I believe. That looks like a 1 lap PB for MorKs, however. See the PB here. A 110.51 is MorKs' PB. So he is going to have to PB in car on Greenwood Village in order to pull out the point here. This is super close. I think to some extent MorKs' easygoing approach to this track. The car experts, the people who know this track, know that it takes a lot of YOLO gameplay to get super fast times like that turn we just saw MrPonytale do again. drifting up this hill, grabbing these bananas quickly. All of it is really finicky and hard. But I think Mr. MorKs could absolutely pull out the point here with some steady gameplay. At 24.90, if he gets 2:22s, I think he can take that best time down. However, there's a bonk, unfortunate for MorKs. We had a 24.66 opener for MrPonytale. I think he was hoping for a little bit better than that. 24.48. We're going to need a 20 lap to make this really even, so I think we're going to be seeing another 110 from MorKs here. Is not going to be enough. 21.98 second lap is shaping up to be another 108 if we have another identical lap. Could be a 107. Oh, that S-bend just eating MorKs alive. Doing some spins here at the end. We still have one attempt left. Let's hope he doesn't give up on this last attempt. This still could happen. This is going to be the 107 territory. High 107, so we're going to have to see a huge PB from MorKs for the win here. But it looks like MrPonytale is going to be sitting very, very nicely as we finish up this match. Miracles have happened in this tournament before. It's happened in many tournaments previously as well. Will this be? Will this be it? Nice, pretty sharp turn for MorKs. Grabbing all 9 bananas a little awkwardly, but he's got the speed now. Got a little hop off the grass. I love that. Nice sharp turn to finish this lap. 25.63. Let's see if MrPonytale can put on a clinic for us on his last attempt. Taking that wall. Oh, we're going into the woods. We're up in the trees. We're trying to go out of bounds. This could be a disqualification. I'm kidding. It's not a disqualification. Oh, nice sharp turn from MorKs. 23.90. Unfortunately, that is going to put him outside of the possible sum of best. We're going down the well. Unforeseen strategy. Absolutely incredible to see. Oh, almost the reset from MrPonytale. Almost forfeits his last attempt. However, I think he might know that he's got this. Shortcut DQ. Yep. This is going to be the end of the match and the final point to win himself the finals placement. Disrespect for the track. Here we go. Screw you, GB car. PT backs over the finish line and finishes with a 128.11. MrPonytale will also be finishing up very shortly. And this match will come to an end with MrPonytale as the victor. That does it. An absolutely awesome match from both of our players. Let's hop into comms with them. Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Welcome, you guys. First of all, I want to say thank you for giving us our first and only ever 13-match game in this tournament. Super hype. Loved the picks during this match. How are you guys feeling about it?
I am feeling very stressed out right now. I was pretty scared that I was going to lose.
Yeah, it was close.
I had a couple of opportunities. I made bad choices, but like especially like in PL and Hot Top Volcano, I felt like those were tracks that I could have won, but I just went out of like a buster. These sort of things happen, but I sort of figured out that once Ponytail had the advantage on the points, like let's say like if he had 5 points while I was having 4 points, even though I had 5 points afterwards, it was just a game of like choosing a track good against each other, and it would probably end up with the score that we had right now. So
Yeah.
I was kind of doomed starting like track 4 or 5. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. MrPonytale actually taking a plane track for himself, and I believe it was Hot Top Volcano, right?
Yeah.
Super
I'm pretty
hype.
proud of that one.
Yeah, definitely.
I put a decent amount of work into that track, so I'm glad I managed to get a point on it.
Yeah, really
definitely a good
awesome.
Yeah.
Also taking the hover point in Pirate Lagoon, so you actually PB by like 2 seconds there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big
Super hype.
surprise. Just happened to have a run that had enough good stuff to get a good time.
God damn it. I was so sort of hoping because I studied your points and I purposely chose hover and plane tracks that it's not that I'm particularly good in them, it's just simply because you probably haven't practiced it as much. And I thought
Yeah.
that PL was one of them, and that was a bad choice, but it happens.
No, I definitely got lucky on that. I haven't practiced it at all.
It's alright. Things
There
happen.
were some very, very close car tracks. Dark McKevern's car actually came down to less than a second, or a little over a second rather, difference. MorKs, you had that 140.70 and a 139.55 from MrPonytale, so that was super hyped to watch as well. Obviously, the Darkmoon Caverns is like, it's kind of the same strats for every person that plays it, obviously, but see some of the subtle differences between your guys' gameplay was also really cool. And then I think another favorite of mine was, of course, Space Dust Alley car.
Yep.
I'd highly suggest watching back that first attempt from both of you guys. I was kind of losing my mind.
Something.
Yeah, it was really something. You guys were all over the place and eventually ended up like neck and neck in the last 5 seconds of the track. It was really, really fun to watch. But yeah, I guess overall, favorite pick and least favorite pick for both of you guys. You start with MorKs.
Okay. Thank you, Ponytail, for choosing Everfrost Hover, because
Yeah.
that's one of my strong tracks, and I felt like I had good hover today, so that was sort of I mean, I knew that you practiced this track as well, but I was confident in this one especially. Apart
Yeah.
from that, I'm glad with my sub 50 TC plane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one,
That's...
I had the nerves. I couldn't get a solid time. It was really bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the point of TC, right?
Yeah.
Which is sort of the reason why I left you the band, because I know that you're like super good in Treasure Cave car, so I wanted to get rid of that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And I had a hunch for that 100 woods you would not go for it, since it can be so random sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that worked well. I mean, my DC was fine. I had a couple of bunks, but I sort of like that. I got my first sub 120 Boulder Canyon, which is fine. Liked it. And finally, I would say that I'm kind of glad with my Christian Island. I wasn't sure on that pick, to be honest. That was a blind pick, and then afterwards he went GV, and I was like, man, I should have probably went Hover Greenwood, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I still think that was a good pick with Crescent Island because I mean, going into your 13th track, if you won Crescent Island, I mean, there's still so much car available to Ponytail. Like you could
Yeah.
at least take Crescent Island away from him, which I think Mr. Ponytail's super consistent and very, very fast there. So I still think that was a good pick.
Yeah. Definitely a very good pick there.
Okay. Well, I think one of my mistakes was to pick only hover tracks like Pirate Lagoon and Boulder Canyon, where I should have probably just went with other tracks so that I could cut as much car tracks as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe not a tactic that I've thought beforehand, but I'll definitely take that tactic for my next match against Tarzan, I believe. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I guess favorite and least favorite for Ponytail.
Least favorite would probably be the Pirate Lagoon pick because that's not a track I'm pretty good at, but managed to get a good time there. Favorite pick, gosh, what were the picks?
Everfrost Peak, Hover, Hot Top Volcano Plane, Darkmoon Caverns car,
Fossil Canyon car.
also Canyon car. That was sick to see your jumps there. Wild
Yeah,
to see the two things side by side. It's such a crazy
Yeah.
difference.
I'd say Fossil Canyon car was probably my favorite pick, just because that was my most comfortable pick this whole match. And I got a good time there as well. All the other picks, I was not comfortable at all.
I mean, Fossil Canyon, I had no idea what to do there. Like, I knew it was coming, and I knew that you would destroy me. So basically, my goal there wasn't really to win, but basically just to have like a decent time to show off on stream.
Yeah.
Which didn't happen. I had a lot of tunnel entry that were like fun to the eyes. But I swear to God, it wasn't fun playing because I was entering the tunnel and was like, well, that's fast, but I have no clue what I'm doing. So I might like land completely somewhere that I don't want to. But yeah, I guess most of them were okay. But apart from that, I had no clue what I'm doing. So yeah.
Awesome match to watch, regardless. GG's to both of you guys. Mr. Ponytail, you will be moving on to the finals in the lower bracket against Asbo. How are you feeling going into that matchup?
I think it's going to be definitely my favorite matchup of this entire tournament because of the progress that I've made personally on Car and how close me and Asbo are in terms of average finish on the leaderboards.
Mm-hmm.
And we both are car specialists, so it's going to be interesting to see what the non-car picks are going to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be an interesting matchup, and I think a lot of it's going to come down to hover as well. I think Asbo's comforts are definitely not in plane, but you have a little bit more familiarity there. So I don't know. He might decide to take control of the plane picks, or it'll be interesting to see how that match lines up. And I can't remember, MorKs. Have you played against Tarzan yet?
No, it will be our first time.
Sweet.
And we're actually we're both good in playing at pretty much the exact same track, so that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, it should be a really fun match to watch, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are going into the last 4 matches of the 2021 DKR Time Trial Tournament. Myself and Obayo in the upper bracket, Mr. Ponytail and Asbo in the lower bracket, and then of course our consolations for both brackets. So it'll be Kaves and Joey, which will be another really hype match to watch. And then MorKs and Tarzan DKR. So super awesome tournament so far. Finish this thing out strong and have some awesome matches towards the end. Any final thoughts from you guys?
Nope. I've got a party to get to though. I'm running late.
All right.
All right. Have a good party, and I mean, congratulations, Ponytail. I know that you've been practicing hard for it, and I haven't, so it would have been weird if I won. What I mean by that is that you totally deserve it. So, I mean, enjoy your match against Asbo. It's going to be a thrill to watch, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right. GG's guys. Thank you again so much for playing. Thanks for putting on an awesome match. And yeah, we'll see you soon. All right. Thank you guys again all very much for watching. We're going to be closing out the stream very shortly here. Let's find someone to raid, though. It's the last match of the night, so of course, we gotta go bug some people, right? We gotta go have some fun. Let's see who's playing. You know what? Let's go raid the Banjo community again. There is a Banjo-Kazooie race going on right now. It's the Banjo-Kazooie League Season 2 Finals, so this should be pretty fun to watch. Go ahead and raid them. Give the other racing community our love, and have a great night.